we are filming tomorrow, which is like crazy. I'm like a little nervous, but I'm excited nervous. And yeah, I just have so many feelings. But what I wanted to talk about is I found this, like, I don't know if it was it had to be from Instagram. I thought it was from The Artist Way, and it ended up not being from that. But I had this sticky note on my mirror, my bathroom mirror, for like months, like maybe 6 months. And it said, I don't know the exact quote, but it was like, God, I'll take care of the quantity and you take care of the quality. And at the time, I didn't really understand it, and I would say it every single day. I had multiple notes that I would say every single day as like a mantra. But I didn't really get it until now. And now that tomorrow is the day, and we are kind of at that point where it's like, okay, I have a couple little things that I needed to gather today, but other than that, like, everything is done. Everything is set up. And due to the fact that the project has been pushed, and that people have just dropped out or didn't want to do it, and then we bring new people in, I feel like everything happened for a reason. The quality is going to be 10 times better due to the fact that we pushed it. And the quality is going to be better due to the fact that we were able to take more time with the fitting, to take more time with the archetypes and what they really represent. And I changed some of the lines like 2 days ago, and I was kind of having anxiety about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel like everyone probably thinks I'm crazy because I'm like changing lines. And then I kind of like did some more research into just like directing and stuff, and it's like, it's okay, like things are going to change, especially once you get on set and you're seeing how people are interacting with each other. Like, directors are going to change their minds about things, and it's okay to change your mind. So yeah, I'm realizing that God truly took care of the quality, in making sure that I am going to go into this really clear-minded and really wanting my direction to be known, and for everyone who is meant to be a part of it to be a part of it. So I'm super excited. I did some journaling, so let's talk about that, honey. Let's talk about that. So I wrote today, I feel very close to my higher power this morning because I'm realizing that it's all in God's timing. I have no control over when it's going to be right or when things are going to happen, but I have control over what I'm producing and the actions behind them, and how I'm going to treat other people. How am I going to show up for the cast, calm, serene, and in control? Oh, okay, so sorry. Again, I'm bouncing around. So the chef of our restaurant the other day, like, came up to me and told me, like, he was like, oh, I'm so excited for your project. And I like literally wanted to die. Like, I was like at deer in headlights. I was gagged that he even knew about it, because I haven't really been talking about it at work. And I guess he like found my Instagram like through somebody else at work that a video we reposted, and then he saw my YouTube link, and I just got really freaked out. Like, it almost felt like someone finding your diary, even though this is like public, you know what I mean? And I got really nervous and I got really embarrassed, and I just kind of froze, and I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, I just like want to know, more. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. And I had to kind of like process that feeling, because I'm like, Marlena, why are you so embarrassed? Or like, why are you like scared to like have this person know, you know? So I wrote about that, and I said, explaining my project felt silly, yet he was very supported and excited. Why did I feel silly? Why did I freeze and I barely could speak? Why is it when someone asks me what this project is, I have a hard time explaining it? Maybe because I'm taking myself too serious. Maybe because I'm sucking the fun out of it, and because there's all this pressure of feeling like everything has to be professional and perfect. This project is an imaginative hotline where callers can report an Audacity, where they can get advice and gossip. This project is an inside scoop on my imagination. So I think like that was really big for me to kind of just sit with this morning and be like, creative endeavors and artistry should be fun, and there is no professionalism around it. The professionalism comes from how you manage your cast, how you manage your staff. And that's where you can take it more serious in terms of how you're presenting yourself. But in terms of creativity and how you want to approach it, it doesn't have to be what you like in a certain box. I shouldn't be nervous to tell someone about my project. I shouldn't be embarrassed, and not embarrassed by the work, but just embarrassed of like, again, it's like a part of you that you're presenting. So it just feels like, oh my God, you know? So that was really interesting. And yeah, that was just interesting. I think that was good for me to kind of like be confronted with, for me to address within myself, like, okay, you're taking yourself too serious. You're sucking the fun out of this project. So tomorrow I just want to go in feeling serene, feeling present. I want everyone to have fun and to be playful. I don't want this to be something that is extremely structured. And one thing that I'm really learning is I listen to the Good Hang podcast. It's like Amy Poehler's podcast. And I really like it because she talks to a lot of people in the industry, and they were talking about, I forget what his name is, but he's the producer and director of Parks and Rec. And he was talking about how for the cast, you have to set boundaries, right? Of like, hey, I don't want you to go this way, and I don't want you to go this way. Like, this is too far, and you know what I mean? Like, here's the limit. But then once you're in that boundary, you can play and do whatever you want. And that's how creatives thrive, is we need boundaries. We need to know what's too far, but you need to be able to play within that. So that's kind of where I'm learning like how to gauge setting a boundary, especially because I want everyone to feel like they can really just play with whatever I'm going to throw at them. And I think it's a hard balance of not making people feel overwhelmed or feeling like, like, you know, people especially who need structure. So I'm learning that. And I think that that's a big one when you're producing your own project, to really be clear about what you want, but more importantly about what you don't want, like where you don't want this to go. And initially when I was approaching this project, I wanted it to be more playful against like, you know, dating and this and that. And then now towards the end of it, I'm like, you know, I actually don't want it to be about the guys. I want it to be about the girls. I want it to be more about community and gossip and how we connect with each other. And that was the whole purpose of it, right? And I think sometimes when we are trying to make our point, we go too literal with it instead of just focusing on what the whole point of the project is, which is how women communicate, and how we just love to gossip, yo. So yeah, I'm excited, super excited. And if you are producing a project, please make sure you feed your people. Feed your people, have coffee, you know, whatever they need. Make sure you're paying attention to allergies, food restrictions, any details like that, that you kind of have to clean up on. That's really important. I just think making people feel comfortable and supported, I'm really learning that, because it's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to try and get your vision across, but also tie in all the elements and make sure that it's clear. So yeah, I'm excited. Girl Talk is coming, and thank you for whoever's been, you know, watching along the way, and I'm excited for you to see it, and I hope you enjoy it.